It can also be a quest to improve wine quality out in the fields. At this vineyard in Portugal, a different type of grape harvest is underway. Researchers are testing a small device called WinePen. It can, quite literally, write down what's deep inside the grapes.
This is a very useful tool. It allows us to measure the ripeness of grapes on site and in a non-destructive way. We can very quickly measure the levels of sugar, acidity and polyphenols inside the grapes. The device has an integrated GPS system, so we can take different measurements as we walk the length of the vineyard. We can then manage the vineyard, taking into account this data.
The device works by measuring the natural response of grapes and their molecules to light. Data provided by the pen is then uploaded into computers, linked to mathematical models, and finally translated into maps that can also be read on portable devices.
So this is a map that shows the distribution of sugar in the grapes at one particular vineyard. The scale goes from green to red. Regions in green show low sugar content inside the grapes. Regions in red show the areas where grapes have the highest concentration of sugar. In this particular case, we see that in one region there is a lower sugar concentration, so wine growers can make a more informed decision to produce a certain type of wine. But there is also a region in the vineyard with a much higher sugar concentration, where wine growers can decide to produce another type of wine with more alcohol, a more vigorous and structured wine.
Vinhos que são mais estruturados.
And wine growers, of course, welcome this with open arms.
This way, we don't have to spend our time taking grape samples from each plant, then taking them to the laboratory for analysis and having to then wait for the results to come back to us. It's a really slow, painstaking process that we won't have to follow anymore thanks to this tool. So we can have the results in real time and we can plan our grape harvesting activities from one day to the next.
The device was developed during a European Union research project. Scientists now plan to improve the technology under the so-called Horizon 2020 framework programme, the new financial tool for the advancement of research and innovation in Europe. And researchers are not short of ideas.
The device has to be more ergonomic. In the future, we would like it to be better adapted as a handheld instrument. And we also have to keep working on improving the sensor. It is an optical sensor, and the light will often interfere with the readings. So we have to make sure that the sensor is well focused on the grapes it has to measure. We need to try to minimize the light's interference in the readings we take with it.
And small, easy-to-use devices which are able to see the invisible can be used for other purposes too.